During the early 20th century, doctors classified homosexuality as a disease to be cured, with men and women sent to psychiatric hospitals because of their sexual preferences. Most homosexuals were forced to keep their relationships in secret as discrimination began to separate those who were considered deviant. For instance, this was most prevalent in World War II drafting, where those who were discovered as homosexual were court-martialed or discharged as punishment for their behavior. Later in the 1970s, LGBTQ activist and advocate Dr. Franklin Kameny fought to remove homosexuality from the DSM handbook, which led to many corrections and previous misconceptions.
The first major LGBTQ advocacy organizations emerged secretly in the 1950s. The Mattachine Society, founded by Harry Hay, Chuck Rowland, and Bob Holt in LA in the early 1950s, consisted of gay men. The Daughters of Bilitis, founded by Phyllis Lyon and Del Martin in San Francisco in 1955, was popular among lesbian women.
One important figure in LGBTQ history is Christine Jorgensen. Originally named George Jorgensen at birth, she felt like a woman trapped in a man's body. After serving as a World War II military clerical worker, she underwent hormone therapy and sex reassignment therapy and became one of the first people to come out to the public as transgender. Following her footsteps, Charlotte McLeod and Tamara Reese, who were also World War II veterans, traveled to Europe for sex reassignment. Professor Alfred Charles Kinsey changed the scientific community's view of homosexuality in a book commonly referred to as the Kinsey Reports. These reports identified homosexuality as something that is merely ordinary, which changed the public's view of sexual behavior. As a frontline in the Stonewall riots, Marsha P. Johnson, a transgender woman, used her power to open Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, which helped transgender youth.
Today, laws prohibiting homosexual activity have been abolished, and same-sex couples are able to adopt children in all 50 states. The gay rights movement continues to advocate for employment, housing, and transgender rights. The prevalent issues of discrimination call attention to change for LGBTQ individuals to enjoy equal rights with freedom of expression in a welcoming community.
Such welcoming communities for LGBTQ individuals include the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, or GLAAD, the Human Rights Campaign, and Parents, Family, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, or PFLAG. Formed in 1985 in response to defamatory HIV and AIDS media coverage by the New York Post, GLAAD sought and still seeks inclusive, fair media portrayal of LGBTQ individuals. The Human Rights Campaign aims to ensure equal rights for all LGBT Americans, while PFLAG, founded in 1972, is a family and ally organization whose mission entails support, education, and advocacy.